Okay. Did it work? Are we live? Hello? Hello? I am so lost right now. This is so confusing, guys. Hi, Nate, for seeing what's going on, buddy. We're having a little bit of a mix-up with... Yeah, no, that's what's like so confusing, right? I continue to attempt to go live from the scheduled stream, and then it's just starting up a brand new live stream. I've never actually streamed on YouTube till today, but I did not imagine it would be doing this weird flippy floppy nonsense. But hey, we live and we learn. We live and we learn. I'm not even sure exactly how delayed it is, like when you're actually going to be hearing me say that either. Okay, this is just very weird. Okay. Okay. Because I don't own the channel, so maybe it's because I'm just an editor that it's not like letting me go with the main scheduled one. Oh, this is so annoying. Well, what we're gonna do then is we are going to go cancel that live stream because that's the best thing we can do at this point, so we can give the people what they want. They want the content. And then we're just going to... I can't even delete it. Oh, this is so funny. Alright guys, we're just going to go into the content right here. So what we are doing today is we are streaming Season 7 Blitz format, where we're essentially just getting a sideboard. And I'm super excited for it. I'm very pumped. I think this is going to do a lot of good for a lot of the heroes, mainly my favorite heroes in Blitz, Dorinthia. And we're talking here, Dorinthia, Quicksilver Prodigy. That's definitely my favorite hero in Blitz. I think she's just, at this point, a better Kasai, until Kasai either gets more specializations or there's better warrior cards that come out. Her game plan's just so forward, you just keep blocking until they run out of steam, or they get like a turn where they're drawing blood on their hands and they're like forced to block with it. It's like a super easy gameplay to play around, and warrior in itself has this ability to just be this very intensive way you need to be like playing the game, and actually like you're just toying with your opponent, right? A lot of the time you're always just playing those like do you have it, and it's like when the game plan is just swing 2 times and not swing 2 times so that I'm building copper, it just changes fundamentally in my mind how you're pushing it, and you're actually getting extra damage on the second swing. So in lieu of paying the resource that Kasai is fundamentally taking away, you are getting that back by essentially paying into a Brave Forge Bracers. You're getting every turn, right? So there's a lot of ups and downs with Dorinthia over Kasai, but on the top end that she has 3 specializations that both build her permanent counters, especially on the Quicksilver Prodigy build, and give her insane utility with the Singing Steel Blade, and then she has Steel Blade Supremacy. I don't even think I need to talk about that card. The card is incredible. So today, let's just talk a little bit about Skirmish Season 7 Blitz. What's up, Mitch? This is the format that just got changed, or this is just Blitz, but burdened of the past as we were here with the format that did not have a sideboard, so to say. We are now essentially getting that. And they are pushing the format to 52 cards total instead of a 40 card deck and then 11 equipment pieces like weapon, armor, all that. You now have to fit your weapons, armor, and your deck into 52 cards, thus giving you, in my estimation, for most heroes, I'd say between 3 to 5 cards extra that you get to just play around with. And this is huge for a lot of decks. Mainly today, when we're looking at Warrior, it's going to be insanely good against the Wizard matchup. Like, just insanely good. I have already fit 4 cards into the deck that I was playing before these announcements came out. And this was also pre-Dusk Till Dawn version of this deck. So now that Prism's out, the new Prism, things have kind of changed. And I think there's a bit of a, like... Excuse me. I think we gotta, like, kind of change up the deck a little just to see how we play into this new Prism, because you're really good into her naturally just because like you just keep stopping heralds, and with your Valiant Dynamo up you're able to just kind of, well, we'll get into the deck here in a minute, but there's just a lot of fundamentals I think need to change, but ultimately I just have this on the screen here for all of you to see, in case you have not seen these changes. This just outlines everything we're going to see today, and I think these changes are going to stick. Like, I think we're going to see this skirmish, everyone's going to come out, decks are going to just be completely different because they're allowed to be different finally. Like, this isn't just going to be like the 40 cards I need to like really push my game plan all over again, right? We get to really experiment and really, and even the introduction to the 2 new heroes and all the cards that the heroes that were already here that aren't LL'd yet get are going to change. Just, it's going to be crazy. We were already talking about how like a chain deck can somehow deal damage to itself, but have like a Funeral Moon and Requiem of the Night in Vanish Zone. So you Requiem in, make the Eloquence, Funeral Moon in, give yourself Go Again, and then like you're just building these like crazy long chains and stuff. It sounds really fun. It sounds really hard, but it sounds really fun. So that's pretty much it for that. Let's go back over to our deck construction, because we're going to build a brand new deck. I think it's really worth it right now. Focusing on Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy. We're going to call this... no prisms gonna make it, because honestly right now I feel like that is what I need to focus on, because these changes have allowed us to just completely fundamentally, like, even I'm so for this idea that the Wizard matchup doesn't mean anything anymore, and not to say that the Wizard matchup isn't going to still be hard, but when we can just side in Oasis Respites and Morlock Hills, you guys, like, I don't know if you've seen Morlock Hill. This card is incredible. Let's zoom in on that. The next time you would be dealt lethal damage this turn, you may banish Minerva Themis from your hand or arsenal to prevent that damage. Wait. Well, we just had a brain blast here. We're not running Morlock Hills, everyone. Okay. I just realized how not great that card is live on camera. There we go. We're not going to do that, okay? We're going to go back to our equipment, though. We're going to go with a pretty standard route for the most part. You go Crown of Providence, Courage of Bladehold. These are just like standard warrior equipment, making it so your swords cost 1 less this turn. Dawnblade Resplendent, because that is the only weapon that this form of Dorinthia can use. I should have probably gotten to her ability really quick. So the first time you give this specific Dawnblade Resplendent, Go Again, you can attack with it an additional time. So, and then the second time you attack with Dawnblade, each turn it gains +1 until the end of turn. So that's what I was talking about earlier when it's effectively a Brave Forge Bracers every turn in lieu of the reduction resource that Kasai gives you. So you're always getting the value, it's just value in a different output, right? So I've been thinking about Brave Forge Bracers over the new Iron Song Verses. Let's go down to Iron Song Verses really quick. This is one of the new D2D cards, Dusk Till Dawn, that I think deserves a lot of consideration in Warrior. So Blitz is a short format, so the fact that this has Temper doesn't really bother me too much. It's the Courage token. There's just so many times where we want that 2 to not be threatening, right? We don't want the 2 to be, the 2 is in the 2 damage that the Dawnblade Resplendent initially comes in for. We don't want it to be like so threatening that they always want to block it, right? But we want it to be just like, we just want it to go into the radar, you know, on like a glistening turn. We want them to be like, damn, 2 damage? Shit, do I gotta give them 6? Do I gotta give them 5? You know? And this Courage here, I think, just like begs block a lot of the time. I think it is how you would want to run playing this ability, is like give the Courage ability to the second one, so that when, if and when that hits, your second one is coming in for 4+. You know, that's pretty much always how it's going to be, right? I think for just like a case study, I want to run this a lot more in the stack just to try it. But I do like the permanence of Brave Forge Bracers. Excuse me. Yeah, I like the permanence of Brave Forge Bracers just because it just allows for a lot of the late game. Just they still need to be scared of it, right? And I feel like in the late game, this is either going to be gone or it's going to be a figment of the past. And I'm thinking, with how we want to build this deck, that I need to reread Drone of Brutality on exactly how it's worded. But if it's worded how I'm thinking it's worded, we might be able to run 2 reds and a Nourishing Emptiness. So we just have this like line of poppers that could also like ultimately fit towards like a Chain Ender because of how we're going to be playing out. My God. Man, talking a lot. Because of how we're going to be playing out a lot of our 0 go again cards. 0 cost go again cards, because we're going to play a rainbow of hit and runs, and we're also going to be playing the Glint the Quicksilvers. That might be it. But that's still 8 cards in your deck, in a deck of at least 40. So you're looking at a 5th year deck is just these like 0 cost go again cards. So it's a pretty good curve to try to play into. So we have our equipment suite here. I always go Valiant Dynamo here. A lot of people might disagree just because the Brave Forge Bracers, not the Brave Forge Bracers, the Refraction Bolters is just like on-demand go again when you need it. And there are a lot of times I really do wish I was running that, because I'll just draw like a hand of like a Slice and Dice and just a bunch of just like non-attacks that do nothing towards the game plan of actually like swinging twice. But ultimately, when you're not running Valiant Dynamo, swinging twice doesn't become like prime importance. Oh, what's up, Justin? Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us today. But it's just like, it's the value, man. Like, you're essentially getting +2 every time you swing twice. You're getting a free Brave Forge Bracers activation, and you're getting the refund of Valiant Dynamo. It's just like the value just seeps up faster and faster. You play so many 3 blocks that you're like able to like really bring out the defenses in your deck. Like it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's amazing. So this being our normal equipment suite, now we need to plan for Kano. Like any deck in Blitz, you just got to plan for Kano. For the most part, I just run the 3 null rune. I skip out on the robe because I'll just run the... Geez, I'm almost dropping names here. Courage of Bladehold. Always be running Courage of Bladehold because its ability to give you essentially 2 resources on demand, even if you're not utilizing the block. You wouldn't be utilizing the block on a Fendel Spring Tunic, and the idea that you're going to be going 6 turns into a Kano, that's just silly. That's just silly. Let's move beyond that idea, because that's just silly. I mean, you might be able to try to do some fatigue strategy, maybe if you ran 4 AB. But we're... Ooh, wait, hold on. No, it wouldn't work. I was thinking, like, what if you're going to savor an Arcane Lantern? But it's you have to give the Resplendent go again, so it wouldn't matter. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is just where we're going to keep the equipment right now, because I don't think there's really any need to... This is going to be the prime way we do this. If we play into Runeblade, we probably like run the Null Rune Gloves instead of the Verses if they're going first, just so we don't leak any unnecessary arcane damage or anything. But yeah, it looks good. Let's get into Warrior. Let's get into these cards, man. Let's get into these cards, baby. Okay. So, the most important focus of this Dorynthia, especially when we're running Dynamos, is we gotta go again. We gotta give that sword go again. We gotta swing twice. We gotta just be like bam, bam every turn. We gotta be like little cut to the abs, fucking uppercut to the side. You know, we gotta just be at their face all the time. It's always gonna cost us 2 cards, or in the event, if we're like far enough into the late game where we still have courage and we have a hit and run or a Glint the Quicksilver and they're at like lethal, we can break our Courage of Bladehold and we can still swing twice at them. And this gets a lot easier now that all the ice heroes, at least that aren't Lexi, are gone. So let's start this build. We're gonna focus on go again. So let's just like, that works in this, right? If you just type in go again. We're not going to do it like that. We're going to do Warrior with the first pitch. Okay, so how I like to play this is... let's just add what we know we're going to put in here, which is hit and runs. Hit and run. We're going to add the entire rainbow here, because these cards are incredibly powerful. They're 0 cost, they give go again to our weapon, which is exactly the strategy we want to be at. And if we are so lucky as to be playing these after the fact, after our first weapon swing, there are also additional pumps that pump not only our weapon, but our attacks. So if we were going to be ending on a Nourishing Emptiness turn, you know, that's usually the best thing to end on this, or even a Gore Belching if you're playing one of those lists, which I think are incredible. You could end on this, and you would be sword swing, or you could just be like sword swing, hit and run, throw down the Nourishing for 9. Like, yeah, you didn't swing twice with your weapon, so you don't refund your Valiant Dynamo, but on a sword swing that costs 1, on the Nourishing that costs 2. And if you're able to get the 0 go-agains and you end with the hit and run, that's 3 cards with the Nourishing. And you were able to send 11 damage, and you're going to draw 5 cards. Pretty cool. I like it. So we're going to add all of these. These are all main board. Everything go-again related is just like straight up main board. Let's not even begin to think otherwise. Warriors. Here we go. So looking down the list, Iron Song Response, we're just going to add 2 to the deck, because this is such a safe card to assume that we're going to be running 2 of. It's a 0 cost, like just keeping our cost curve as low as possible while keeping our value as high as possible. Even though this does take ulterior, it takes a bit more to get going because they actually need to be blocking with a card from hand. I'm not sure if Talishar has fixed things yet when it comes to Reprise, but it has been fixed. So it reads that like if any card at any point here is blocking on the stream. Oh, what's up, Travis? I'm pretty sure that's you. Yeah, and who are you guys looking forward to be playing in this next season? We do want to hear it here, because as we're going to be moving forward with these live stream series, it's going to be us playing new decks that either I have come up with or you guys have come up with. Probably a lot of decks I've come up with here into the start, just because it's fun to kind of like start the whole process and like see where it's going. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know when the VOD goes live. You know, you guys know how YouTube works. In the swing, we're going to get back to the deck tech here. In the swing, I think this card is incredible, especially when the idea of how this deck will be working is going to be running. So we're going to be throwing so much go again and the ability to swing twice, that the ability for this to at least hit one time is not one time, but like we're going to run one of them. And over the course of the game, for this to hit will happen multiple times. It's a great hit off of a singing steel blade if you so happen to use it. If they've seen you've like used both of your Iron Song responses and they're in your graveyard or in your banish or wherever they are, they might see that and be like, oh, you don't have a 0+3 here, even if you have the singing. This is like probably like more a seasoned player thing that they might be thinking. So if you haven't presented this in the swing yet, you still have like a little trick card there with the singing. And we're going to run 2 singing steel blades anyway, so I think it's a good pick to at least run one of these, especially when the core strat, like when we're always going to be swinging twice. Like this isn't normal Dorynthia where we need to hit, give, go again alternatively, and then like move around. So moving past the in the swing, we just need more go again, right? We need more go again is really the biggest thing. And then we need more power, like Steel Blade Supremacy here. This is one of those cards that is just exactly what you need all the time, exactly when you need it. Off of blue in a hit and run or a glint, this is a 9 damage turn you're presenting, and you're presenting 2 different instances of drawing a card at breakpoint level. It's insane. And again, when a whole fifth of our deck is 0 cost go again, it's an easy include. It's an easy double include into the deck. Spoils of War, another one of those easy includes. It's one of the only amazing warrior cards that is also a pump and a go again for your weapon. It's going to create us a bunch of copper tokens. More a card that is like, this isn't always include at this point, but this is going to be like one of those cards that's an always include in Kasai, just for the ability behind it. But we could see a point like in probably the next 3 years where this card kind of just gets outclassed by maybe other 0 cost go agains for this style of deck. But for now, it's definitely an auto include. Ooh, and Slice and Dice, because this whole thing revolves around swinging twice. Boom, you throw this in, +1, boom, +3. Need I say more? I don't think so. It's just freaking so good, so good. Warrior's Valor's one of those ones that it's like, this card just gives me a headache. It just gives me a headache because I hate needing to feel like I'm playing original Dorynthia when I'm playing this vastly improved Dorynthia. And this card just makes me feel that way because it's still like forcing me to hit. This is basically forcing me to play normal Dorynthia, but it's just like I'm flipping how I'm going to be able to swing again, right? Because I'm not going to be able to swing again unless it hits to give me the go again, instead of the normal Dorynthia where I need to hit to be able to swing twice. So this card, I'm not about it. Yeah, I'm just not about this card. I am very about Stroke of Foresight. I run at least one of these because I think anytime you have the ability to run Singing Steelblade, which is a card we're going to go to here, it's a yellow warrior attack reaction. Anytime you're able to run Singing Steelblade, you just always run at least one of every power attack reaction. Like when you have the ability to on the fly have almost any ability your deck can reasonably come up with, it's just too powerful. Even if you're not really like playing around that strategy, just the ability to like have the ability to come in, present maybe more damage on top, get a card draw that's also a filter, and then be able to opt from that card draw is just, it's insane, dude. Like when you're a warrior, you don't have any power. You don't have any utility to do stuff like this. So, or, I mean, you have Stroke of Foresight, but you just don't have that, like, printed on cards. Just like, oh, here, be opting, be doing this. So, like, if you're playing the Helm of the Sharp Eye, Stroke of Foresight is just one of those cards. It's just like, chef's kiss. It does cost 1. I wish it cost less. I wish it would be, like, a 1 cost, or it would do, like, target weapon gets +1, it costs 0, and then, like, that ability just happens and it's not reprise. That would be like a Majestic or something, though. Yeah. Oh, and then a 1 over out, always. I'm kind of off Out for Blood because, like I said earlier, I have the idea behind the deck that I've kind of the idea behind all of this that I've construed is that the first swing is so underwhelming that you don't want to block it, right? So when you don't want to block it, why is Out for Blood good, right? This is like, this card gets its value off the thought that you want to block the first swing. So that's why this card shines so heavy in the original Dorinthia, because so much of what's going to go into the full turn is that of a, like, what happens on the first swing. So whatever happens on the first swing is really going to be what's going to control the rest of the turn. So that's where this card shines, because they want to block that card so much that if you're actually able to get over, your second swing is going to be more powerful. Where this is just like a +3 for 1. So it's just a worse every other attack reaction we have. Oh, and also a 1 of Puncture. Like, this one can just be like a +4 out of nowhere that can completely invalidate an equipment. Like, this card's crazy good. I almost want to run 2 of them, but it's just like one of those things we need to prioritize Go Again more than anything. So for now, we're just going to run a 1 of these. No second swing, just because it doesn't really fit in the cost curve. We're like focusing too much on getting that 0 and not enough on like really powering up our weapon the way we need to with Steelblade Supremacy and the like. Ooh, let's move over to the yellows. Chorus of Ironsong? Yeah, we're not about Chorus of Ironsong here. This is a brand new card from Dusk Till Dawn, and it's not for this format, y'all. It's just not for this format. I'll let you read it here. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. So, it just stops damage prevention, essentially. Not very good. And it's not very good in this format. Like, let's not misconstrue. This card is not bad by any means. We're just not, like, the Courage token's going to be good, but it's like, if you were around and I was talking about trying Ironsong versus here, it's the same thing. I just don't think it's really going to be ultimately worth it that much. Blade Runner, wish we could use it, but it only targets one-handed weapons. If we could use Blade Runners, guys, this deck would be incredible. I would do nothing else. My deck would be hit and runs, glints, glistenings. It would just be go again, reactions, and damage, man. That's all it would be. It'd be incredible. It'd be hyper incredible, I think. All right, we've reached the pinnacle. We've reached an apex here. Glistening Steelblade. This card. Ooh, mama. This is one of the big boys. This is one of the ones, there's a reason this is $30. Because every Dorynthia deck needs it. And it's one of the 3 power specializations she has. This gives Go Again, built in it naturally. And whenever a Dawnblade hits, so that's really important. Like, they definitely kind of neutered the card a bit by, like, forcing it onto Dawnblade and not just, like, forcing it onto a sword or whatever, what have you. Whenever Dawnblade hits a hero this turn, hero, not dragons, a hero, put a +1 counter on it. Let's just have that sink in for a moment, folks. I'm gonna go bring up Dawnblade really quick. Dawnblade. Dawnbald. So Dawnblade here. Let's just look at the second line of text there. At the beginning of your end phase, if Dawnblade has not hit this turn, remove all +1 counters from Dawnblade. So we have it built into the card itself. What happens to the counters if stuff isn't hitting? Let's move over to Dawnblade Resplendent. There is no second line of text. But what does that mean? That means those counters are permanent. They stay forever. There's no getting rid of them. There's nothing built into the game that does that. So no matter what your opponent does, the moment you get one counter, you have changed the entire trajectory of the game. The entire landscape of what you have done has just changed. If you get this early, like let's say you get this turn 2 or 3, like getting a turn 1's pretty unideal, or it'd be ideal. It's probably not going to happen because you should be playing it off like an arsenal, knowing you can at least build one counter throughout the turn through their armor. Like you really don't want to waste these cards. But normally what happens in this deck is we're trading essentially 6 value on our turn for 7+ against theirs on their turn because of Valiant Dynamo. And how you're getting up to 6 is you're sending 2, you're sending 3 with the Dawnblade, and then you are resetting the 1 on Dynamo to 6 so that you can then block with it onto another thing. Now, there's like an argument that like those values would be the same, so it's actually 12, but you aren't getting that value unless you are doing the full spread of swinging for 5, ultimately getting 6. But once you get Dawnblade, dude, you change that math. You just add 2 to every turn, and if you get more 2 counters, you're adding 4 to every turn cycle. So it's like you're sending 4 extra. So like it's 9 to 7. It's 7 to 7. It's just like this value just becomes insane at how and then you just keep blocking. You have the ability to like have Crown of Providence. You have Courage of Bladehold. Guys, you can block with you don't have to break this ability. You can just block with it too. It's freaking incredible. Iron Song Versus, I mean, like you just presented on board to start the game. You have 7 extra life +1 +2, and then the probably 4 to 6 this is going to give you. Oh, is that Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's right here. Oh, excuse me for one moment, folks. Yeah. The whole bag, and then that is the thing to go with Shinobi.
I just put it out. I'll get him another one.
Oh, perfect. Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I should have let you know he was coming. Yeah. So that's Glistening in a nutshell. It's just one of the most like powerful cards this deck has to offer, and we're gonna run 2 of them. And it's one of the 3 specializations she has access to that just puts her above and beyond that of what Kasai is able to do, because she just has the blood in her hands. We have this, we have Steelblade, and we have Singing. And when it's so easy to just counteract what Kasai is trying to do by just blocking, everything is it's just so easy for us. Let's go back to our warrior yellows. Iron Song Determination, I'm not really about it. It's +2 over the turn and dominate, but it doesn't really fit what I like about the deck. We can circle back to that. Maybe it'll fit in this form I'm thinking of, but I kind of doubt it. There we go. We're looking for Run Through. Run Through is another form of Go Again that we want in our decks. It gives our next sword attack this turn +2 on its next swing after it would give the Go Again as a reaction. So this is essentially just a Blade Runner, but we're able to use it on any sword and not just one-handed swords. So this is an easy 2 of. Also was one of the cards that was added in the Dorynthia Rhinar versus deck, and just like listening, it's became a warrior auto include since. It's just incredible. Mainly for Dorinthia, and I think Kasai runs it. Maybe goes for that other, just wanting to make sure she gets to go again. Oh, here we go. Our third power Dorynthia specialization, Singing Steelblade. So target weapon attack gets +1 as a warrior attack reaction, and its reprise effect gives us the ability to, if they have blocked with a card from hand, it gives us the ability to search up any attack reaction we want and play it this specific chain link. Now, I want to give this card just a little bit of notice, because there is a lot this card has the ability to do, right? So, where do I want to start with this? So it in itself, like actually targeting the weapon and then being able to search for an attack reaction is incredible, right? You can build up to like 4 if they're blocking with an equipment piece. You can build up to 5 with a puncture. You have the ability to just like go straight up over their defenses, and also even if it's all you have on a turn where maybe you're like presenting lethal or something, or you're just presenting an attack and you have no go again. If you send 2 and you're lucky enough that they block, boom, you send this out. You go search up a run through, a Glint the Quicksilver, which we'll see here in a moment. You go search up these cards that give go again as reactions. And so it in itself is almost like pseudo go again. I usually give this like a half a point when assigning like how much go again I feel is necessary. So when I'm counting my go again, I actually count this as like these two together as like one source of go again. Like in my mind, I feel like at least over like 5 games, if I play this card like 7 times, I think at least 3 or 4 of them, I will have thought about getting go again off this card, if that makes sense. Twinning Blade. This card does so much, dude. Like especially like it's an attack reaction. It pairs with Singing Steelblade. Like Singing Steelblade can be like an additional attack. It could be more attack. It could be go again. It could be so much. This card's incredible. Oh, and really quick, a thing I also wanted to say about this is that this targets any attack reaction in your deck, right? So let's say we have a Pummel in our deck and we're playing Nourishing Emptiness. We can play the Nourishing Emptiness and then play Singing Steelblade, because this is also if the chain is still intact, if there are still attacks going with our weapon, because all this says is target weapon attack gains +1. All things on the chain that you have are considered attacking until the chain is closed. So this is very resource intensive play, right? I'm not sure how often this could even really happen, but you could, in theory, be playing that Nourishing, have weapon attack still on the chain, and then target on the attack reaction phase for the Nourishing, you play the Singing, targeting one of your own weapon attacks, so you give +1 to attack that's already happened, so no more damage goes through. But then you grab the Pummel, and since you have to play it this chain link, you then pummel that Nourishing. Now, I don't really this might already be a pretty well-known thing. I think it just speaks volumes to the versatility of Singing Steelblade. That's pretty much the only reason I bring it up. Twinning Blade, that's at least a 1 of. That might be a 2 of, but I always block with it. I block with it or I pitch it. Block with it or pitch it. Block with it or pitch it. Like, that's all I ever fucking do. Yeah. Oh, and then I also think that, like, if you are considering Warrior's Valor in this list, which I just wouldn't. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't. I think the yellow one is the way to go, because you're always going to be using it on your first attack and just putting it to the break point at 4 is less of a threat than 5. You have a higher resource. And when we're playing warrior, how I like to play warrior is I am playing to my opponent's ideas, right? Does that make sense? Like, I'm playing to what my opponent cares about, wants to do the least, wants to do the most. So when I see a Warrior's Valor, yellow, it gives me a higher pitch value by being in yellow. It gives me the same defense, same defensive value of 3, and it pushes what I want it to push, which it would be doing in red, which is damage to give go again, damage on top of attack to give go again. So when I look at this, it's like, this is still 4. It's easier to block, but it's also kind of more annoying to block, right? Because you don't want to throw 2 cards in front of this. Do you really want to use your armor on this? Do you want to block for 7 against like this Dorinthea Quicksilver Prodigy, who's not even going to be building counters into her second at swing? There's a lot to think about. And it's like, if you really do want to run Warrior's Valor, I think the yellow one is the one to run in any build with Quicksilver Prodigy right now. Okay, so we're going to run these Steel Blades. No to yellow Slice and Dice. I've been skipping past the Steel Blade Shunts. I just don't really think they're necessary. You have so much... you just have so much block in your deck already that we're probably going to end up running Sink Belows and Oasis Respites. So I just don't really think there's much of a need to play this. Going to go back to the first yellow. I don't think there's anything else on yellow that... We might circle back to Iron Song. I just really doubt it. I really doubt it. It's not really... it's not good. It's not a great card. I don't like it. All right, here in the blues now. Blues probably where we're going to put the most of our stock for this. So I got so sad. I don't know if y'all saw the beginning of this, but I read the card, explained the card. This card isn't as good as I thought it was. And so the next time you would be dealt lethal damage this turn, you may banish Minerva Themis from your hand or arsenal to prevent that damage. I'm not playing Minerva in this. That's silly. Actually, what is Minerva is like, whenever it hits, then you can like search for a spec. Whenever a weapon you control hits, put a +1 counter on it. Oh yeah, and it's one-handed weapons. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. Sad day. Sad day for Warrior. Yeah, so those are the card I was talking about before. With the Quicksilver. Reaction, 0 cost, gives your weapon go again. Reprise. If they block the card from hand, they draw a card. Reprise has also been errated to... It sees all the cards on the chain always, still, forever. So it'll be like... how does this work? I think it's like how Talishar's always really been running Reprise. But now it's just like... You can... If they like play a defense reaction that has a cost that'll be hard to just like replay from hand, you can like route that back to their hand and then still play an Iron Song response that will get the +3 because it's reading that the card has been played. I think it's fine. In most examples I can come up with where this matters, I would have just played like the Iron Song response first and then the route, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just who I am. You know, I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes. You know what I mean? So yeah, Glint, auto-include, 0 cost, go again. Precision Press. I've been skipping over this one in red and yellow because it's just kind of like not very good. But it's another source of go again. In blue, it has the exact same ability as in red and yellow, but the piercing goes up to 2 and the piercing goes up to 3, respectively. So just as another source of go again that can also be a pitching resource that is also a block 3, Great card from Dynasty. This was like an immediate auto-include. This in Puncture. Definitely some good cards that came out of there. I'm going to throw those in. Oh, and if any of you are wondering, we did skip over Ironsong Pride earlier, and that's because that basically just gives our Dawnblade normal Dawnblade ability, which is bad, and we don't want to get rid of our counters. Like, it does give a counter for as long as we have it, but we're trying to build more to having permanence and building off the snowball effect that that brings. I like blue Slice and Dice. Unlike most other blues, this is actually a pump, 2-pump for 0 in blue that blocks 3. So this is just like ultimate. It's Sharpened Steel. It is Sharpened Steel, just better, right? Like, because unless you're swinging your 3rd weapon attack and you only have this 1 pump to bring it behind it, that is the only instance in where this card will be better, right? So I like it personally. It brings up our blue count, which we need to play into Wizard, just because Wizard is our absolutely worst matchup. And yeah, I think we're gonna run 2 Slice and Dices. I didn't want to like just sit here and essentially build the deck I've been playing the whole time for Warrior, but it's kind of ultimately, there's only so many cards you can really, play around with. So it's really coming down to just like, does the strategy work, right? At least that's in my mind. Where else are we on? Blues. Give me some more blues. That is actually probably where we want. We'll throw in these Iron Song. Where'd they go? Iron Song responses. Another 0 cost could potentially like bring you over just that little extra amount that they might not be suspecting. And this also plays into like my theory with Warrior of just like giving your opponent the littlest things to have to deal with, because when your opponent is like on the fence about block, like you have like a glistening steel blade turn, they throw out just enough block to be able to stop it, and then you just like push the 1 up over the side. If they're holding on to a sink below, but they already know you're going to be attacking again, there is an entire dialogue that begins right there in your opponent's mind. And I am trying to force dialogue in your mind to take you kind of like off what I'm trying to do, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just like, we're trying to play poker, right? We're just trying to like get in your head. So just being able to like throw that extra 1, I think, has just so much power, so much potential. Okay, so that puts us at 41-52. We're only at 10 blues. I know that we need to add some generic blues. We need Blade Flash. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, Blade Flash. This is another blue that gives go again. It does cost 1, but it isn't generic. So you could essentially like play it in Runeblade or any deck that plays Talishar, or any deck that runs a sword, I guess. You can play this. It's a blue that gives go again. I wish it cost 0 for, like, it's just such a negative, but like the upside that the go again gives for our deck is what gives it any real traction at all. So this will be one of the first cards that gets replaced in the future once we get some more cards that give go again in blue. It's just, yeah, it's what we got. It's what we got to build with. Let's just count our go again at this point, because that's one of the things we need to keep like as like one of the optimum focuses here. So we have 2 hit and runs, 2 Spoils of War for 4, 2 of these glistenings, 2 more hit and runs, and 2 run throughs. That puts us to 10. We got 2 blue hit and runs, 2 glistenings, or 2 glints, 2 blade flashes, 2 precision presses. That puts us to 18. So almost half our deck is entirely devoted to go again. And then we have these singing steel blades, which I do like to give like a 0.2. So we have about 19 sources that go again here. I'm just going to take a quick look at my deck. So this is the deck that I've been playing with. my gore belching list. Now that I know, I'm going to remove these now that I know that that's not what I wanted to be. So you can see a lot of the core is the same. Actually, fundamentally, the core is exactly the same. Wow. Yeah, no, I just built my deck all over again. It's like, I've been playing Warrior for so long, I feel like I know exactly where I need to be to give me... I've played this deck like 700 times. I've gone through the motions so much. But we do want to build this a different way. I do want to try going back into the nourishing strategy, nourishing emptiness. We are going to add sink belows, 1 sigil, and what else? Oh, Oasis, because we need to be able to stop Kano in his tracks. Alright, so where does that put us? It puts us to 42 cards in deck, 5 pieces of equipment here for 47, and then 3 more here for 50. We have 2 more spots we can fill. So basically, our sideboard spots are going to be the things that are best against our worst matchups, which is usually always what the sideboard comes down to. So for now, oh yeah, because this is the deck building, they finally put the sideboard option in. So we're gonna put all of that down there. I know we were talking about, oh my gosh, what's it called? The card that just got unbanned. There's one over there. Drone of Brutalitops. Let's see this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We are gonna try the drones. Okay. So sideboard technically is more focused to our 2 worst matchups. So in a normal Dorynthia matchup, I would probably be running this, like a very across the board. Oh, two. No. Let's remove that. I didn't mean to run 2 of these. Ooh, that means, like, is this another spot? Ooh, baby. Could run another Twinning Blade. I wish we just had more go again. I think we are going to get more go again. I think it's called On a Knife. Yeah, On a Knife's Edge. Yep, we're going to add one of those to our deck just to bring us everything else we need with go again. Because that's going to put us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So essentially half the deck is go again. Like it's a great spot where we want to be. And then we have our other means down here. So we have our Oasis Respites. We'll just pull out the Sink Belows into the Kano matchup. And then we have our Drones of Brutality here, so that these will be against the Prism. And this will work really well with how Nourishing operates. So these will never enter the graveyard. And with Nourishing is going to gain the Dominate and the +1 Knowledge effect on a hit if there are no attack actions in the graveyard. So this is going to essentially give us looping Paupers, and it's going to also continue to allow the Nourishing ability to happen, even if we get to a point where we need to block with it. And gives us 3 Paupers in deck when we need to run 40 cards. You span that over 10 turns. That could be huge. Like that's huge into the Prisms. Like what I've been playing against them right now is they're just able to throw 7 so easily and quickly. And like do it off the Luminaris where they're just like heralds and heralds and heralds. We need just to be able to like throw 1 card as a block and just stop the whole attack instead of 2 and equipment is honestly huge. So yeah, I think this is what we are feeling. I added the cards to hate Prism right at the end, and I called the deck no Prism's gonna make it. It's funny. Yeah, this will be my first time really trying out Versus. I really, I just feel, like that the way this deck functions, the Brave Forge is just better. But I might be wrong. I could be. I don't care if I'm wrong. Actually, does Courage? What does Courage do? Does it give your next attack action +1? Is that what it does? Or it's your next weapon or attack action? Oh, never mind. Versus is busted, dude. Dude. Yo, 0/0, you break Courage, 0/0 go again cards, like off a glint and then into a hit and run, you hit and run the second attack, pay for versus, get the Courage if it hits, swing Nourishing for 7 on hit, draw 5. Bro, that's fucking dope. That's awesome. I like it. Okay. So I know what y'all here for. Let's fucking play. Deck link. Not classic instructed. We are on open format. Alright, y'all. If you want to get in, we're going to call this the Foundry stream. If you want to get in with your own decks, we're going to go live with this Talishar game. And if you want to come play against this Dory deck, let's do it. I don't want private. Oh, let me log in. That's so annoying. Sure. Weird. Close that. Play on Talishar. There we go. Alright, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's put in the chat, who do you think I'm going to play first? Who do you think's coming in to enter the Thunderdome of Season 7 Skirmish? Ooh, we should actually make a tier list of how we're feeling this season might go, because there's a lot. There's like a lot that happened. I don't think people are talking too much about, or talking enough about what happened to Chain. Like, dude, he literally got an entire set of cards other than one legendary spec that he didn't want to use. I mean, RuneGate isn't really probably where Chain's gonna shine. Maybe if Revel and Runeblood might do some stuff. I don't know. But we are live on Talishar right now. If you are in the chat and you want to come play against this Blitz deck, well, let's get it. I've told you all my secrets. I can't get in your head anymore. You'll be the best setup to come take me down. Oh, I also feel like insanely powerful into original Dory, so if anyone wants to come test their OG Dory decks against mine, I would love that, because I feel like a lot of people still think that normal Dory is the best, and I don't want to, not here to argue if she's not or not, but I think against this Dorynthia, she doesn't really like stand a chance. I'm just able to, I can just sacrifice like 3 cards a turn to block the first swing, and it's like, okay, I'm still gonna swing twice. And you can only like block so much. You're running Brave Forge, Bracers, you're running, so you don't have like the Valiant Dynamo able to pick up. If I just stop your counters, you're just not really getting where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what it do? Come on, where we at? Come on, someone wants to play against Quicksilver. Ooh, Chain. Ooh, this is one of the scary matchups. Okay, so we do have the ability to go first or second here. I like to go first into Chain, because it makes me feel like I don't need to play out my Null Rune as much. Because I would always play Null Rune if I go second into a Runeblade, just so, because that's like at least 2 damage they're probably going to be able to leak through turn 0 for nothing. And I might be able to like luck into a route, or just be able to like push a bunch of damage. I've had instances before where I have just straight up gotten exactly what I needed and got them down to 13 through attack reactions, bouncing cards to hand, and then they start their turn and they just sack their husk. So let's see what we do today. Oh, this is easy. This is so simple. We make them like have to block with armor here, and we gain 3 life. I like when it can be easy. Like, it sucks that we're not going to really have the nourishing to build into later, and I really doubt they're playing defense reactions in here. So it's either we get the husk or we get a card from hand and 2 pieces of equipment, which is huge. This is huge. Like, Chain's able to like survive so heavy off this wall that they can build, that just being able to like chip away at it already, and for seemingly nothing, is huge. Yep. Give me the cod. Give me the cod, Chain. I know you wanna. It's okay. We all have to take our lumps. Block with the cod. Ooh, a shadow puppetry. Nice. Okay. I love to see cards that don't have blood debt being played in Blitz. I mean, this is definitely one of the cards you would likely see, but gonna crown. Yeah, buddy, I know. I got a decent start. Gain 3 life. Sweet. And now we're gonna be able to tuck the run through, and we're gonna have go again for the next turn. Oh my god, this is insane. Okay. Okay. Belittle. Slapping down a belittle. I always forget that that's in this format. Oh, we got a Vexing Malice. See, I love seeing cards that don't have blood debt. Shadow of Ursa. Drawing a... You get the Minnowism, Shadow of Ursa. Are you gonna Minnow, Shadow, Banish, Swing, Banish? Okay. How we want to set this up is we almost want to like take damage here, because if we can put the glistening into our arsenal once Carrion Husk is gone, which will likely be next turn because of Steel Blade here, we can build into this glistening Steel Blade turn and just push, you know, because that'll be at a point where they're banishing. They'll probably want to block. I think we're just gonna take 3. I want to push this chain, because we can't go for a long game, because the longer we wait, the more fucking banishes they have, the more free hands from banish zone. So we're just gonna like try and just push. We're gonna take that baby. We're gonna push it out. Push the baby out. Belittle number 2. Okay. I'm gonna... So 2 red Minnowisms. Surprised they didn't play the red Minnowism there. So we're not focused on any breakpoints. Let's just throw the Dynamo out now. There's just double Minnowism and a Shadow Verser. And you're gonna tuck that. That's fine. That's fine. We've committed pretty heavy to taking some damage here, just to push this Steel Blade Supremacy game plan. I think it's still the way to go. We're gonna throw the Courage out to get the block we know we want, and then you're gonna swing Rosetta. Yeah. It's good turn. Good turn. Good turn. Yeah, we're gonna take some damage here. We're gonna try to lean into. We know they have the +3. We know they're gonna get some good blocks here, but that's fine. We're just gonna go for it. We're gonna swing. We needed to save our whole hand, so we didn't need to sacrifice the Courage here. Oh, that's fine. This happens sometimes that I think they think they're playing against normal Dorinthia. And then we send it. And all of a sudden we're sending Sovereign. Okay, you take it. That's fine. Ooh. Oh. So we're going to add the Iron Song response to Arsenal here, because if we crown, because if we get another attack reaction and we want to crown and preserve the glistening, that'll probably be for the best. Ooh, hit another non-blood deck card. Let's go. So we can actually block with 2 cards here. Have the Go Again and the Surprise Iron Song. I like it. I like it. And we have, what, 5 armor on board plus the 6, so we can block 11 here. That's pretty good. And we can be forcing counters potentially. Oh, sweet, and we can block on an Art of War turn. That's good. Art of War being busted. Abounding Demigod, no way. They have the Minnowism. Yep, play the Bounding. Sure. No on hits. What will this block? 6. Yeah. See what else they throw at us. That's good. That's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah, this chain got a really good set of cards. We're almost like locked to keep Iron Song. Yeah, we're just gonna block it all. Chain is definitely one of these harder matchups. They're just so fast. We play such a fair gameplay. Oh, what? Okay. Okay. Double Revel. That's fun. Okay. Well, first game was kind of a wash, but everyone likes to play their big, strong boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, why play a deck if it's not meta? You know what I mean? Let's go. Someone that's different. Let's get a wizard in here. Let me throw some Oasis Respites up in this. Okay. Come on. Warrior people unite. Go ahead and ding me, baby. Ding me. So how are you guys feeling about Blitz? I think that Chain, Briar. Actually, Briar might be A tier. I think Chain's probably S tier. Kano's probably just like A or B tier now. Because like every deck can just have an Oasis in it and just be able to like shut off the big turn. We have Kasai. Ooh, Kasai's up there. She's just so... She's able to force the game plan that is easier to play around with the Rune Blades. You know? Because she has the cost reduction instead of us like essentially having that build in with the like a free Brave Forge. I think cost reduction into those matchups probably is just a little better. Come on, someone wants to play some season 7 Skirmish. Nobody wants to enter the Thunderdome. I want to play against some Prisms, man. I want to try out, like, and see if these Drone of Brutalities even do anything. They'll be, like, nice little fun loopers. You get to shuffle your deck with the Singings. And we're not playing the Gore Belching strategies, so these can actually, like, fit pretty decently. These can actually fit with Gore Belching. I would just, like, not run Nourishing. Yeah. And then I would just take Gore Belching and Rouse out for these drones. Come on now. I want to play Bolton. That sounds like fun. Show me a new Bolton. Dorinthea. It also seems like a lot of people aren't in the mindset to be practicing Season 7 Skirmish Blitz Rules yet, even though Talishar does have the ability for you to make decks for that, where you are building to a Blitz deck, but you have the ability to sideboard, where in the actual, like, building of a Blitz deck, you don't have that ability. Dude, man, dying to fucking double Revel and Runeblood's rough. What was that? Dealt 10 unpreventable damage that turn. Sweet. I blocked for 11. Come on, someone in chat. You want to come play some Blitz? You know you want to. I also don't like Nourishing, and I also don't like On a Knife Edge. Like, I know it's like flattening out the go again that this deck desperately needs, but it's just not there. It's just not there. DVR, baby. Dory versus Rhino. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you to everyone out there viewing right now. Then we're having a little bit of a slow tick down. People just don't want to go against this Dorynthia. There's too much power right now. Then we're having a little bit of a slow tick down. There's just too much dang power. You know what I mean? Come on. Come on. Someone get up on it. Get up on it. Ooh, red algae. Let's see. Yeah, so we definitely run the Null Rune Gloves into a matchup like this. We're going first. That seems dangerous. I don't like that. Yeah, without running Tunic and not going against a deck that, like, you just knowing, like, without a doubt, this just completely hampers, it's hard to run an Oasis Respite into anything. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I just want to say good luck, have fun, submit deck. Oh, they are, Suede Hides. Target attack action gains go again. Only if play non-attack. Yep. Okay. I think this is bound to be a pretty fun matchup. We're both... Oh. Huh. Okay. This is the Living Legend format that we have to play on for Season 7 Skirmish right now. So they actually came in with a adult Vincent deck. So this is not gonna work. This is definitely not gonna be a thing. So we're just gonna say good game and move on. We're gonna concede. Great job, dude. That was a really good game. I just had no shot. I had no shot against that. That, man, think of the day. Think of the day when we're gonna be but there's gonna be maybe that much of a life disparity. Open format, yep, no restrictions. Let's go, let's go. So if you want to join into play, make sure to bring a Blitz deck, not a classic constructed deck, please and thank you. So it's D to D. I keep calling it D to D, and I don't know if anyone's actually picking up on like what I'm saying when I do that. But has anyone's Dusk Till Dawn polls like changed maybe the trajectory of like the decks you guys are playing? Because I know I've gotten a lot of Bolton cards, and I've just been looking at them, and I'm like, Bolton does look pretty cool right now. Just like even if it's like not the deck, just like building the deck and having it available to play just sounds like a lot of fun. So, I know for me, I have never really thought about a Bolton deck until getting a bunch of Bolton cards. So, I'm not sure how y'all are feeling about it. Come on, give us the stuff. Give us the good stuff. We can't stream gameplay if nobody wants to play. Okay. Maybe I'll line up. I thought more people were jumping in on getting some Season 7 Skirmish practice in. But if that is not the case, I can throw some... Yeah, so weird that it did that. Skirmish. Let's go. Let's do it. Dude, Bolton's so... it's so fun. And, oh yeah, Nate Forseen. Every Bolton player I know was just ecstatic about actually being able to like get cards in hand, be able to play like just these new strategies and everything. But oh, hey Alex, get in, come play some Blitz with me. I need someone to play with. I can't stream gameplay if no one wants to game. Know what I mean? You too, Nate, get in here. Come play your new Blitz decks with sideboards. It is the way. That's the perfect chance to be able to slack off and play some Talishar, you know what I'm saying? Talishar? Let's go. Come on, someone. Okay, because I can just easily... Let's just take the same concept. We're actually going to take my Season 7. Move all of this shit. Move that. Yeah, we're just going to run the Gore Belcher then. People are... Competitive Blitz. Let's go. Let's see what people want to... We'll get some games in at least this way. Ooh, well, thank you for being with us, Nate. We're going to get some gameplay going. I'm going to show you guys at least the effects, the positive effects of the Gore Belching Dorinthia Quicksilver Prodigy list here. It slots in effortlessly, unlike Nourishing Emptiness, which takes up a lot of like building room, where you pretty much need the 2 resources you save off the courage to like really make any of those plays work. Where Gore Belching, you just like, you slap that baby down. You're just like, look at it. It's like big old 7 on the table. You know what I mean? I'm so caffeinated right now. I love it. Okay. Okay. Dynamos. I wonder if what's happening in the storyline right now is where these dynamos are essentially like ripped from art-wise. Dude, I actually think Dash might be a great way to go. Any of these just like super fast aggro decks, we don't really need to exist in a world where we're worried about ice too much anymore. Yeah, we do have Lexi, but her game plan seems to be very Death Dealer or Shiver derived, where you, with Death Dealer, you're trying to always build off the, you're always trying to build Dominate off the Weave Ices, and then if you go through the Shiver route, you are just usually giving Dominate and then throwing out all of the on-hit effect pumps to an arrow, and then you throw out like a red Chilling Ice Fiend or something. Ooh, Emperor. Let's go, dude. Let's go first in Emperor. I have the same strategy in Emperor that I have been using since the beginning. I like to go 2 bits of Null Rune, keep the crown for if they CNC me, and then I have the courage to kind of lean on. Ooh, wild card, dude. That's I actually think that's a huge merc for Blitz right now. Here, let's just get into the deck or get into the game here. Ooh, okay. Bunch of trash. A big old trash pile. Oh, oof. We're gonna get rid of the supremacy because we need to be able to filter here. Yeah, I think a defense-oriented Riptide build, it has a lot of room right now. Like, if I were running into Riptides, that would just suck. It's definitely... Oh, you're running drones and an all-red Emperor. Interesting. I like it. That does keep longevity for your deck, which I do think is good. There we go. Double blue, and we got the Slice and Dice, so we can block 7 with cards here. This is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or you could just do that. What the heck? Give and take, belittle. Interesting. Interesting list. And you're running drones, too. Okay. I really like having the sync there. So we're just going to play the longer game. I'm going to block with those two. Weird that they're running Braveforge Bracers. I guess it's just for the block, but you don't have a weapon. I don't know. I don't know. Because the weapon's just there as, like, your game ender, right? Because you were hoping I didn't bring Null Rune, I think. Riptide is really good right now. It's just, you know, you could... There's not a lot of arcane heavy users, and you're able to really focus... Like, unless you keep hitting Kanos, you're usually going to be able to, like, hit matchups that you're really good in, too. But Riptide existing also kind of, I feel like, makes Bravo really good. Because Riptide, like, yeah, you'll have a lot of, like, defense reacts and stuff, but you're not really, like, so scary. Damn, got 2 armor out of that one. And we're sending another 3. Ooh, either quickening. Got rid of that. That's good. Ooh, and we got a sigil. We got our 0-cost hit and run. That's fine. Perfect time to sink below, especially if he might end with arcane here. Emperors have they want to keep a lot of their cards in hand, right? So I am going to bottom the singing and hope for something maybe we can play next turn so we can arsenal the sigil and maybe try to bait out the last CNC. That's perfect. That's perfect. Hell yeah, now we can block for 3 off the hit and run. Or we can... Oh, that's annoying. Are you actually going to end with something, though? That's the question. If this is a snatch, I'm going to be so annoyed. Alright, it's the end of turn. Sweet. Alright, cool. So we have the ability to just send 2 and then 5, because this will give +2 on our next one. And the sword on its own gets an additional +1 on its second swing. We can park the sigil in arsenal, and then that could potentially bait a CNC. It's very unlikely, especially since they're blocking now, unless they're going to like hard cast it from hand. Oh, wait. Okay, I was too busy talking. I'm sorry. I'm an undoer. There's no real thing that just says, like, my bad. Okay. Sorry, I'm a filthy undoer. Got me in the chat. I undid an action. And I tried to tell him, but you have to, like, invite them to chat now. And I get it. I've had some, like, rude people on Talishar. So I get why people don't really want to talk. Or why they switch that option. But at the end of the day, how the creators of Talishar would like you to interact with it is, this is a deck building tool, so build your decks. Don't get mad if people undo. Ooh, we got some plays here. We could turn this hit and run into a go again pump. But you're just gonna Scalding Rain for 4. And then you're gonna pitch into Flame CAL so that you can Waning Moon. Yeah, we're gonna prevent 2 then. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, okay. If he ended right here, I would not be upset. All right, we're gonna hit the run. we have our go again. Against a matchup into like any wizards, like Emperor or Kano, you do lose a lot of the value engine you get with this deck because you don't get the Dynamo. So it seems a lot of this seems like super low impact because it's not, because we're not getting the additional value of the Dynamo. Oh my gosh, what is this like Fatigue Emperor build? Okay, I don't know what's going on. All right, okay. Do you want to win? Okay. Okay, okay, they undid the Fate for Scene. Cool. I think they thought. So, ooh, that means that they probably sunk the Fate for Scene. Talishar, you cheeky bastard. That's fine. We'll push it into the next attack. I'd rather have potentially 3 than a guaranteed 1. There we go. Get the potentially 3 unless they kept the Fate. Oh, that is guaranteed go again, even though I don't like this card at all. And it's a blue. We'll keep it on top. Do you have the Fate? No, you did bottom it. Talishar, you told me too much. You bastard. Alright, so this is one of those situations where we did draw Rouse before we saw Gore. So we have to put this to the bottom, and we cannot attack with it. Or we cannot block with it. It's just 7. That is annoying, but... Yep, take your lumps where you have to. Because we do have the 3 life in Arsenal still. So we're going to go to 13. We're at 16 essentially with Sigil, 18 if you count Crown. And then we're going to be sending 4, 6, 7, 8, 11 damage this turn. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, and Alex, I'm reading your message now. I'm not sure either where Bravo is really centered at when it comes to Blitz. It's one of those like pretty hard. It's difficult, right? And I'm not even sure if like defense reactions are the way to go because like this format's just so fast. Oh, blocking with the Command and Conquer. Now we don't need to. Wait, so hold on. You're blocking with Command and Conquer, even though I've had Arsenal for 2 turns. Interesting. It could be big brain in me, but I don't know. Sending 8 here to try to close out this turn. Yeah, block with your damn Scolding. And sink. Yep, there we go. Figures. Okay. I think we're still 1, 2, 29, 26, 28. And we're still up on cards to them too. We're up on life lead. Yeah. Scar for a Scar. Well, that's actually huge. I'm actually very glad they decided to attack this turn. Let's sink that. We'll put the puncture to the bottom. Hope for a blue. Let's go. Blues do so much more when you can actually run the Versus or Brave Forge here, though. Putting the hit and run down, getting the go again. And we're sending it. Send it. Send it, send it, send it. You can't keep up with my 2s. And then we have our in the swing here for that next attack. Kind of one of those things where it's like, If they really want to like start pushing here, which I think they have to, like they're at 11. I think they have to make that decision now if they want to push or not. Oh no 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 wait, fucking hell. Too busy talking and not actually focusing on the game. I apologize if my opponent is listening. But here's 3 more damage. Do you want to block it? I don't think you do. Because you're at the point you have to push. Or you have a D-react. Yep, okay. Which is still fine. We traded just as many cards that turn. I'm still higher on the life lead. It's likely... This is one of those, like, hate to see it moments. We could just ultimately end up taking 1 by blocking and sigil. Play glistening. Have response available. Or we could block crown here and search. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna search. Give me something. Give me something good. Okay. That's pretty good. That's why we did that. And remember, for what I believe is the mindset you need to be in on a glistening steel blade turn, just get a counter. Like, if you can get 2, you got 2. If you can't, you got a counter, dude. Like, your value is so high. Just throw the crown. Yeah. I've just like been in this situation so many times before. Just throw the crown. Let's do it. All right, and where will they be now? They can really be anywhere on it. It's fine. Getting that pump. Do we get the counter? And we got it. Oh, boys, we got it. We got the fucking counter. Let's go. I think we set up... Do we set up kill here? No, we can't yet. Actually, we probably could. We know that their last fate is at the bottom. Because our value's so high now. Our value is just crazy. Because they still have Storm Striders. They could, like, draw into Emeritus, Waning Moon, fucking nonsense, kill me, just fucking... Sending it. Sending the layer. Come on. Send it now. This is beautiful, because now we have just almost... We've, like, multiplied our damage by turn ratio. Damage... What words I want to use to, like, describe this? We've just multiplied the amount of damage we're going to do each turn cycle by, like, 1.45 or something. And honestly, it's a bit ridiculous. You want to take 4, buddy? So if you've used 2 scars, you've been blocking with blazes. You used 2 rabbles that turn. That's pretty good. Blocking 2 here. So probably a scar. Ooh, double block. Okay. Oh, do you think that's going to take my counter away? Sorry, buddy. Oh, we found it. Guys, we found it. We found the turn. But we can't do it because I'm scared. Okay. This is the turn. This is when you break courage. You swing, glint if they block. You have hit and run that gives the pump here. You swing. You can twinning blade it, which we're actually... Oh, that's what we're not going to do. We're not going to twinning blade. Oh, this is huge. Are you guys ready to see it? We break courage. We send it. Send 3. They're probably going to block. Because they're going to be like, this is the card. I need to guarantee gets full value. It's the Emperor mindset. If they see this coming, they're really smart. But we're going to go like hyper wide on this turn, where even if we don't kill them, we're going to like take away all their agency. Okay, so yeah, let's get the card draw. If this is a better arsenal, which it is, we're gonna get the damage in here. Because this is very likely, like, what are they gonna throw? A defense reaction at 1 damage? No, we're gonna get the leak in while we can. Then we play the hit and run. This is gonna give our weapon go again and +1 because it's in blue. So that means this weapon will be swinging for 5 now, which is still free from the courage. So we're swinging for 5. So we've done 9, and we'll do. This is a 16 damage turn that we were able to do on 3 cards. Yes, 3 cards, and then we belt ya. That's what I love, the good old belcher. This is my favorite version of the list I've ever made to date, but it is at this point where, like, into New Prism, you just lose, man. Because you have a no block that is also your only... This would have been your only popper if... Oh, sorry, I got a message. But you can't even block because it has no defense value, right? So this turn was huge. It would have been only seconded, like its power would have only been seconded. Are you taking it? Oh, Sigil. Okay. Because I know the Fate. We're probably going to see the Fate the next turn. So add that to Arsenal. Okay, yeah, we just win here. Let's pitch there. So we're going to get +2. This is just going to have +2 for both its attack this turn. And if it hits, it's going to draw us a card. Freaking nutty. Alright, and we're swinging the Dawnblade for 7. We're entering breakpoint territory. You got, like, we're forcing. Actually, no, you may have the Fate foreseen here. Actually, likely you don't. So I think we do need to see the Fate for the Flame Scale Furnace block. Alright, you're going for the kill. That's fine. Sure. We just wait on them. Still tiding. Sure. And it seems like we're hitting anyway, so we're gonna spend all our resources here. Sure. And then you get, what, like 4? Yeah, then you Waning Moon my ass. So, like, if this is a situation where they wouldn't be dying to this damage, like, we'd still pitch here because we're going to draw a card. And then we would have been able to pitch that to attack again. Good game. Oh, I should have said good game. Whatever, I'm rude. I'm a rude guy. So we do have our outlined, the Skirmish Season 7 deck we have made today, but we are just going to keep playing the Belcher because it's just likely we're going to get more people to actually come play this way. Probably run through another 1 or 2 games. See how much more damage we can be dealing to our opponents here. How long have you been streaming for? Oh, almost 2 hours now. Cool. Yeah, another like 1 or 2 games sounds great. Oh, all right. What are you doing? I'm going to go first. Okay. I think with that then, yeah, we're going to keep the Brave Forge because this is ultimately going to like block more for us over the course of such a fast game than I think one source of Arcane Barrier will. Okay. Ooh, gold too. So this is a weird one, right? So we do have the In the Swing, which they're likely to not really see coming. But if we do give them the ability to filter, that gets them closer to a cash in. And we go for it. We're going to tuck the red hit and run to Arsenal, so maybe we can build to like a potential huge gore belching turn or something. Pulse of Candlehold. So weird. I really don't want this in my hand. Yeah, we're gonna leak the damage in. The damage is ours. Oh my god. Guys, we fucking did it. Okay. Alright. Yep, you got the count. That's fine. We're fucking couraging next turn. Oh my god. Hell yeah. So what we have here is we're going to play Steelblade Supremacy. So it's going to give our weapon +2 whenever it hits draw a card. We're going to play Glistening. So we're going to have breakpoints. 4 damage breakpoint on the Glistening. Then we are going to swing, come in for 4. Then this hit and run is going to be played. We're going to be swinging for 8. We're going to twinning, and then we're going to be swinging for 5. Oh, that's not good. Okay, yeah, that was a pretty good lightning press there. Let's see what other type of nonsense this brings them. Let's just take 4. I should have just blocked 7. Dude. Well, yep, there goes that. Use your snaps. That sucks. That sucks. Play that, do that. They're just gonna block for with armor. Super annoying. We're gonna come for 8. Yeah, that turn definitely fell off because of not having a not being able to. Damn, just being if we'd thrown 7 at that. Damn, I just don't really think there's a world where I ever think that's the play. Like. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. So, okay. Sure. go again? Or all the damage? Okay, so you are attacking with Rosetta. Or an attack. What if I just block 4? I go to 1. And then I attempt to just... No, I go to 1. We could hope for go again. We could just, like, hope for a hit and run. That sounds dangerous. Yeah, we'll try to survive. Yeah, Runeblade. It was an infect. Okay, it was a... So our value trades are pretty intense here, and they could just run into the Runeblade problem where they draw nothing, or they're just going to take a shit ton of damage here. Okay. They're thinking. That's good. When a Runeblade actually has to stop to think, and it's not just with a channel out, that's actually like pretty good. Like best case scenario for us. Worst we're doing is just sending 4 after this. Worst and best we're doing. Like, okay. Sure. And then you're going to send just another 7 on your turn, because you're going to block for 4 right here. Right? Okay. Dude, of course. We need to guarantee go again, so we'll do that. Blocking 3 puts us to 3. Losing the Rouse makes our Gore Belching worthless if we draw next turn. This is rough. Okay. We just, like, it makes Gore Belching completely worthless. It's like a no block red pitch if we don't keep this. So sad. Swings 3, doesn't care. God damn. Man, if I had just blocked 7 on that lightning press. This whole... Like, I probably would have got this game. That game... Like, I would have come in 3 attacks off the Courage. An additional 6 off Steelblade. Damn. Alright, no more thinking. No more thinking about that. It's stupid. Oh, sorry. Damn. Must be a bad hand. Okay. So they're getting that. We know they. Okay. We know they have an Entwined Lightning going into hand because of. Okay. Because of what the Ravenous Rabble revealed. Oh, that's cool. We can stop their breakpoint at least. So it's probably an Entwined Lightning, Fuse with a Lightning Surge, or another Lightning Press. Buddy, you're breaking my balls, dude. I have a nothing turn if So it's likely they just... Oh my god. That's so bad. That's so bad. Wow, what a GG, like, card to just throw down. Okay. Okay. Yep, we're just going to send some damage, see what we can actually, like, keep up onto here. Because the Rune Blade problem is happening to them right now, where they just cannot get enough going to make anything work, right? So, let's see how far we can capitalize on this. Okay, see, there's the Entwined Lightning that I was pretty sure he drew. Alright, we may just have to block with everything and gore belching. But we're going to send the Sync first, if that's a Lightning Surge. No, it's not a Lightning Surge, because they would have sent the Entwine. Or do I just die? Plunder Run, a go again attack, GG. Block for 3. We're definitely sinking here. Okay. I don't think I sink anything. Because we play spoils, attack. We can attack twice, get our dynamo back. The problem is if they just Rosetta me, I lose. Oh, I can still draw Sigil. Oh, that changes everything. Oh my god, that's huge. Okay, I can draw Sigil, block with everything, gore belching. Because I still have that close to the bottom, and they've been fucking spending cards. Okay. Sigil. This is why we play Sigil. Get rid of the card you don't need, because you're just like, oh, I can Rossetti spaghetti. Interesting. Huh. They could have just done the tome. Okay. Four damage. 4 whole damage. Alright, yep, if they have a Rosetta, I just die. Plunder Run. Wait, I don't want to concede. Just take the 2. Game's over. Oh, I guess it's not. Ah, it's fine. Whoops. Threw it. But this, oh my god, this hand was so bad. I guess we could have blocked here. Had that left open. Block here for 4 if we needed it on that last bit. Yeah. Okay. I'll play an Ira. That sounds fun. Going first. Cool. Yeah, we do what we do. I think ninjas going first a lot of the time is probably the way. Especially if they're like a turtle up ninja. Blocking. We're blocking everything. Block, blockity block. Ooh la la. Okay, we're gonna tuck the yellow. No, we're gonna play Blade Flash, tuck the yellow, because we're gonna get the most damage we can here.
Are you winning some?
Yeah. I had a terrible game against this Briar where they came in with a snatch off the embodiment on a Force of Nature turn, and then I blocked with 4 with armor, and then they lightning surged it, and I was just like, or lightning pressed it, like, oh. I couldn't play to that, like, that happening. That was just silly. But then it was just like, yeah, bunch of nonsense from there. Those cases will probably be here today, and I think I'm not gonna open mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you just want to pick which one you want.
Okay. You're just gonna save it for,
I'm just gonna sell it.
whatnot?
Mm-hmm. Put the case up with, like, a prism, and then, like, the buy a box promos for
But
something.
you get those from Travis?
Yeah.
I need to pick mine up and get Justin's.
One. I don't like that. I think I'd rather save it, though, and then we'll just block the second Kodachi with a Bracers block here. Yeah, very likely that was going to happen. And then we're gearing up to do a hit and run, slice and dice, attack kind of turn. Snatch. Go again. Okay, so that can be a Razor. That can't be Ancestral, because Ancestral would not target it. Huh, do I save a slice and dice for next turn, or just send it? Because if they have a fucking flick flack, that really hits that value. And if I only send 3 and they send a red flick flack, okay, yeah. Yeah. Get my damage leak. Come on. So no flick flack there. So, oh, there was a flick flack. See. This is what we play around. Fuck yeah. Pass. We'll block the second Kodachi with these 2. And we'll tuck the Gore Belching. Oh, I should have blocked that. Weird. We just put them into such a weird spot. Yeah, we'll just send it. We'll just send it. Make them think we got it, even if we don't. We're gonna tuck the Gore Belching because, like, having a second in a 7 damage back pocket attack is insane. So, and a flick flag? And a flick flag? Yes! Dude, calling the flick flags. Let's go! I hate these turtle IRAs. Okay. Yeah. Block with Shuko. That's a stream watcher if I've ever seen one. We'll just send this then. Let's see what they do. Sweet, we got some damage in. And we have our Dynamo up still. Okay. One, two, okay. We have the puncture to block with. E strike, go again. Block 5. There we go. We'll block 5, and we still have this gore belching setup swing turn. Maybe not. We'll just do that. Must have a very awkward hand. We're swinging twice. Let's go. Let's go. Swing. Weird that they gave away their Tiger Stripe so early. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's weird. Flick flag. Okay, no. Reason we're keeping Crown of Providence open, as we have for so long, is with gore belching sitting in Arsenal. If I hit if I hit Rouse like I just did, we're gonna give this up so that we can actually use the gore belching. I'm gonna take 1. He's gonna probably swing for the 2, so that's when we'll send the Crown to stop the mask trigger. Kind of forces me to have a blue then. Yeah, we'll just take 5. I'm trying to take 5. Choose your reactions. Spinning wheel kick. 5 damage. Good for you. What you do now? I know you want to play something else there, buddy. I know you can do it. Okay. Is it me? There we go. Okay, cool. I was like, I don't want to just claim victory. That seems rude. It's fine that they'll draw the card. They already had a card in hand. Oh, so annoying. Not what we wanted to see. we definitely want to swing both our weapon swings here. So we did put the rouse to the bottom, which means our gore belching here has like at least 6 more turns before we need to worry about taking care of it. Oh, and they block with mask. That's awesome. Yeah, let's just send this again. Get that fucking mask out of here. A lot of blocking. Okay. Damn. Alright, we're gonna pitch to copper. Okay, we actually hit something. Cool. We're gonna give it go again. And now we're gonna swing the gore so we can pocket the moon. Or the below. Ah, damn, rough couple draws there. That was not what we wanted to see. Send your flick flag, it's fine. Sink below, sure. We still have quite the lead here, I feel. Oh, this is a huge turn. We'll block the one. Now that it doesn't really matter. We're just mitigating damage. Kind of sucks. What? Did you not pitch a blue? Or a blue 0 block? I guess I wasn't paying attention. Hit and run. Let's go. Steel blade time. Okay, we're playing the steel blade. +2 with the draw card effect. 4 damage. Coming at ya, bud. You have 16 cards left. I'm going to play the in the swing, so I will also have... I'll have 17. That's a flick flack. Or sink. Do you want to stop it? Sure. You have double flick flack? You haven't played any of the other red ones yet. Man, these D reacts are just not lining up for the Ira here either. Like, I don't like it. Oh, you did get the fine center. It's fine. We'll block here. So I'll put you to 13. I will have save. I don't want to save that. So we block 3. We'll just keep it. We're getting so low in deck size right now that I think it's worth plays like this. That's annoying. Okay. Yeah, that was just a very unfortunate string of plays. Give it so. Sure. Sure. I like it. I like it a lot. This is exactly what we were kind of expecting. That's fine. So we got to play around with. What are we missing? We still have a puncture. No, puncture's in there. We still have a. Do we still have a glint? Oh my god, we still have a glint. Fuck yeah. Sweet. Okay. That was pretty good. This will help us push some damage. Ah, too bad we had to block. Ah, it sucks. Six cards left. Okay, yeah, we can bring this back. Here. This. Attack. Gotta block with at least 2 cards. Then we'll just do it again. And that way it'll be 7. It'll be a break point at that point. You'll have to give us Tunic. Give us the Tunic. Wait, huh? 3? Oh, shit. I thought it was a breakpoint. Fuck. Opting to go for 6. Sure. We'll put that on the bottom first. Add that to Arsenal. Seven? Yeah, this is just too much pressure here in the close that they have to block or die. If it's worth just pocketing the stroke to kill him next turn. Perfect. We worked it out, y'all. Ira can't stand a chance. The counter, look how far this counter like brought us. It's the counter that's like really pushing this last bit of damage. That'll be their blue, so it'll most likely be 3 swings. So let's just block. Yep. That's a flick flag. Yep, they got to keep it. And then take whatever that is. And now we have our swing that we can also end the stroke on. Huge! Good game. All right, y'all. Thanks for hanging out today at the FaB Foundry channel. If you guys are looking for any singles from Dusk Till Dawn, from like pretty much any singles from any set, hit up fabfoundry.co. That way you can get everything you need all in one place. Commons, rares, majestics, legendaries, marvels, fables. Travis has so much of it. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I know there was a little bit of some bumps there at the beginning. We weren't actually able to even like stream from the scheduled stream, which is very strange. But yeah, until next time, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. More Foundry content on the Season 7 Skirmish Blitz events to come. So yeah, we'll be letting you know. Until then, have a good one.